You know that's a good sign. Welcome back to another playthrough by a blind man, and today I've got for you Onimusha Warlords. This is the third time I've done this game for my channel, so let's go ahead and get started.
Men! Fight and die with honor! Has finally engaged the enemy.
My lord, we have taken Lord Suruga's head!
Someone else stay.
I will save Princess Yuki.
Dear Samanosuke, I am writing this letter in the hopes you will read this in time to help. Something is wrong within the Inabayama castle. Some of the maids and servants have gone missing, and I fear that it might be the work of monsters. I am so scared, Samanosuke. People tell me that the monsters eat the maids and servants and then take their remains to someplace deep underground. When I told my brother Yoshitatsu about this, he did not seem interested. He is too busy preparing for his upcoming battle with Nobunaga. Samanosuke, although it has been a few years since we were forced to take separate paths, due to the battle between my father Dosan and my brother Yoshitatsu, you are still the only one that I can rely upon. I can only hope that you receive this letter and that you will find it in your heart to come and save me before it is too late. Yours faithfully, Yuki.
This way, sir. If our princess is at the keep, there are two ways to get there. The western path, or the northern passage.
Kaede, I'll go north. You follow them through the other way.
Understand.
This game is epic. It really deserved one of those Lord of the Rings style intros with the voiceover and the text scrolling across the screen.
Princess Yuki!
Yeah! Yeah! Let's do this! Let's get him! Hell yeah! Granted, I think the intro to this game is pretty damn epic, especially for its time. And now we got demons! My god! We're gonna smoke them out and we're gonna get them! Yeah! Fuck you! Come on. I really hate these guys.
Princess Yuki, Your Highness.
Samanosuke, it's really you. Oh, I knew that you would come to save me. I have missed you so much since you left the castle.
What?
Flee while you can, you worthless bug! Useless! Pitiful humans!
Princess. Samanosuke. Samanosuke. Wake up, Samanosuke.
With your current power, you are not capable of destroying the demons. We will give you our powers. We are the clan of ogres that has been subverted by the demons. Samanosuke, defeat and seal their souls to your right hand. Destroy all the demons!
So, fortune has smiled upon me this day. With the power of this gauntlet, I will destroy all of those monsters and save the princess!
That's right. Let's do this. And we get instructions. We don't need no stinking instructions. We got a princess to save. My God. Samanosuke's honey is in danger. And he wants that special kind of lovin', so we need to save her. That's Amir. You save your game there. Let's go ahead and move forward. Or is she his cousin? For some reason, I think she's his cousin. Crows. I wonder if they're like the Resident Evil 4 crows and you get money for killing them. Well, sucks to be you. And sucks to be these demons because I'm taking them out. Well, one thing I will say, given the time period this game takes place in, if Samanosuke and that other chick are cousins, they could still be lovers. I highly doubt society would frown upon that during this time period. I mean, hey, if she's hot, I'm not going to judge. I mean, I'm not going to judge. I'm in no position to judge. Anyways, incest aside, let's go ahead and go through this door.
Hurry! Monsters! Close the door, now!
Someone is there!
Get him!
You little bastards! How dare you! Somehow we have the power to defeat demons now, and I'm not quite sure how that works. We can suck up their souls with the circle button, as you can see. I'll talk more about the different types of souls in a moment. But we have a pretty shit weapon at this point. We're dealing with demons. I'm sure against normal people it would work just fine. I really need to make more use of that move. Come on, motherfucker. There's also a move, if you hit them right as they go to attack you, you get a one-hit kill and more souls, which is always great.
Open the door! I've killed all the monsters!
He killed?
Huh?
What should we do?
You!
Ah! Sorry.
We are very sorry. Please forgive us.
What happened to you?
They came out of nowhere and attacked us.
The keep may have also been attacked by them.
The keep is ahead of us that way?
Right. The forest road there is a shortcut to the keep.
I see.
Well, then the keep is where we will head. Once we get into Onimusha 2, you're going to get really sick of the keep. We go there a lot in these two games. Actually, in this game, that's where we will spend most of it. However, it is peaceful now, and we are in a different area, so let's go ahead and take out some demons. This game reminds me of a cross between Resident Evil and Devil May Cry, which makes sense given the time period and Devil May Cry's origins. There should be one more. There he is. Coming up to say hi. This was my first ever PS2 game. I bought the PS2 for Resident Evil Code Veronica, which was getting a port at that time. But I bought the console before the game's release. So I bought this, so I had something to play on it. Oh, jeez. At that time, I was also playing Silent Hill 1. And it's amazing the difference in graphics between the two games. Now, don't get me wrong, I love both games. I think this game and Silent Hill 1 are two of the best games ever made. But you can definitely tell the improvement from one console to the next. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, Sammy. Get him. There you go. His name is Samanosuke, but I call him Sammy. That's better than Tenkai. And I'm already taking a bit of a beating. That is not great. This game does not give you very many healing items. You get different types of souls, one of which are healing souls. Those are the yellow ones. So that does help, and you can grind for souls. But otherwise, it's hard to refill your health. There's a map over here I want to pick up, and then we can move forward. Red souls are your currency, and blue souls refill your magic. It's very much like the orbs in Devil May Cry. Red orbs are your currency, yellow orbs, I believe, are your continue, actually. I think green orbs in that series are your health. And then you have Devil Trigger, which I believe is purple. So it's similar, slightly different, but similar. Been a while since I've played the Devil May Cry games. Pause these if you want to read them. I try to leave them up as long as I can, but we also got to get moving, so I'm not stopping to pay too much mind towards reading, especially given my last LP, which required a lot of reading. On my part, no less. So if you're new to my channel, I am blind, visually impaired, whatever you want to call it, so that does play into how the gameplay works out for me. I wish I could do that more often, and I wish I could say that that was intentional, but that was an accident. Or I will take it, because whenever you perform one of those moves, you get more souls, which is great. I am playing this on a PS2 emulator. I own the Steam version. I also own a digital version on PS4. And I still have my PS2 copy. So I feel like I have done my duty in paying for this game 3 times. However, for some reason, the Steam version, enemies stopped spawning, which meant before the first boss, I couldn't grind for souls. And I thought, okay, let me put on Cheat Engine and I will add the amount of souls in I need. And unfortunately, that did not work. So I'm going with the PS2 emulator. And the good thing about this is there's one horrid section of puzzles, the last being the worst, that I can save state before, which will save me having to watch several cutscenes and perform several puzzles over and over again. From my perspective, this is going to be a benefit. However, there is something nice over here, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. We get a lightning sword, the Ryzen. These moments in the next 2 games get a lot more impressive, and then they take them out in the 4th game. I don't really love the 4th game, but I will probably revisit that one as well at some point. That final boss is the worst final boss I've ever had to deal with in a video game. These are trick chests. line up the numbers in order and the box opens. That's the only mandatory one I know of in the game. There are at least 2 more mandatory chests. We need that rope ladder in order to progress later. Come over here. And we get a power jewel. But I'm not going to use that right away. Let's keep on moving. I gotta be like Titan Gaming somehow, right? Right? Nah, I'm just waiting for another reason. If I could get Sammy to go where I want. All right, and I believe this is 136. That's how I number these anyways. There are books that you can decrypt to get the code to unlock those, but I'm not wasting time. I've got my manual to my PS2 copy, so I can look at that to reference what the solutions were. Because back in the day, back in 2001, I was smart enough to write down the solutions. So if you use both power jewels, the blue ones upgrade your possible magic and the yellow upgrade your possible health. Let's go ahead and deal with this crystal. Yeah, this door is magically locked for some reason. We can only access it by using our lightning orb, which you use by having the lightning sword equipped. That makes no sense considering this is a castle. I assume people need to get through these doors somehow. And they don't have these magic weapons. So I'm not sure how that's supposed to work unless these were put here by the demons. Earlier in this game, we also met the Oni, or what's left of them. For the most part, we will find out more about them throughout the series as I redo my playthroughs. Those were the dudes that were all purple and glowy and misty and just floating heads that gave Samanosuke his gauntlet. We don't get a whole lot of backstory on these characters, which is a damn shame because we never see Kaede again after this game. And she seems cool. I'll talk more about her later on in this LP. But we won't learn much about her, unfortunately. It's a basic plot, basically the same plot of Mario, Save the Princess. But it's done in a completely different way. And I've already mentioned before, this is one of my favorite games of all time. Right, so sticking around with the Steam version, I found a... Whoa, guy's got anger issues. I found a way of defeating this guy without taking too much damage. It was a lot easier on the Steam version, but I will make do. It's slow and tedious, but this guy can strike quick and hard. Much like me with the lady. Oh, wait. I meant that in a sexy way, not an abusive way. Just to be clear. Sexy. Definitely sexy. God damn it. Yeah, 2001 was a good time in gaming for me. I mentioned Onimusha and Silent Hill. I was playing those two together. I also played Silent Hill 2 and Resident Evil Code Veronica for the first time. And those are 2 other games I really like. Granted, I completed both of those within the first couple days of January 2002. Oh god. I get pretty lucky here in that I only need one more hit to take this guy out. There we go. Thank Christ for that. So that was 4 of my favorite games I played for the first time in 1 year, which is pretty sweet. I took my time coming through this area because a lot of these spinny dudes will spawn. And here's another mechanic. Every now and again, you will see these people you can save. If you save them, you will usually get items. And you can get hints if you talk to them. I'm not going to bother with that because I already know what I'm doing. But I will take the items. We've seen one of these already. Give it to me. A herb. They work just like in Resident Evil. They will heal part of your health. However, if you use currency, you can upgrade them to medicines. That will be my first priority, although I am going to grind for souls, and I will show you all the upgrading at the end of this video, which we are getting very close to. All right, let's go ahead and go down this rope ladder. Yeah, these tank controls are really awkward. Sometimes they are really useful for me. When I was playing the Steam version, I would use a combination of the analog stick, which moved more normally how you would expect a modern game to control, and the tank controls when I thought necessary. And there's a medicine. That is the max healing item you can get in this game. And we get another one of those boxes that I'm not going to wait to solve. I have the solution in my manual, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. The solution is 614. 1 being the far left, and then you progressively go up from there. Another power jewel. Awesome. I love me some power jewels. Also, I decided to save myself some time. Some people may not like this, but I don't really care. I put on a few cheats. This cheat will give me the option to basically max out the amount of souls I can use. So once you hit 9, that's 9 upgrades you can perform. And as you will see, I'm going to use 3 to max out these herbs. I'm not going to use all 9. Every time I go out of this menu and go back in, it will reset to 9. I'm just going to go with what I would normally upgrade anyways. So I'm going to upgrade this sword to level 2. Max out my herbs as I already did, and then max out this orb. This orb is what controls your magic and the door locks. We saw that one orb lock earlier. There will be doors that have 2 and 3 orbs to unlock. And you can tell we've got 2 other weapons to pick up. I'm doing this to save myself time. I don't feel like spending time grinding, so that's how I'm going to do it. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time with more Onimusha Warlords.